Our Gulf Coast MakerCon 2015 coverage is proudly powered by the Microsoft Store. Go ahead and imagine presenting the thinnest and lightest Surface ever, the Surface 3. The perfect balance of performance and value for students, families, and more. Pre-order yours today or check out all the other latest gadgets at f5live.tv/Microsoft.
But from taking things apart back to making things, we have somebody new with us. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
How you doing today? My name's Terry Nehring. I'm with TRN Industries. I created a product called StoreHitch.
Okay. And what is that product?
The product is designed, we'll show it later. We'll do a demonstration later at the booth because it's a product that's not easy to bring over. But it's the product for the RV industry, for people that tow travel trailers. They use a weight distribution hitch system which equalizes the weight, and it's a very heavy hitch item, greasy. It's made up of bars, torsion bars, and there was nothing on the market for when you're not using your hitch.
Okay.
So I created a device that mounts to the front of your camper, allows you to securely store that hitch assembly when you're not using it for your camper, when you're not towing your camper. And what it does, it allows them to free up their spaces that a lot of people use now. They put it inside their camper, and when they put it inside their camper, it messes their floors up. It's dirty. It eats up their storage space and things like this. And this way, instead of having it haul it home and carry it around, because it weighs these hitches weigh about 100 pounds a piece, so it's a lot of weight. It's a lot of weight that that thing. A lot of people, I have people stop by my booth talking to me about it, saying they're not campers, but they know what I'm talking about because they run their legs into it in a parking lot, walking through a parking lot where somebody doesn't want to take it out of the back of their truck because they have nowhere to go with it. So my device is to mount to the front of a camper, to allows them to have an easy way to store their hitch and nice and secured. When you put your bars in, it's made universal. It can work with all the different manufacturers, the types of bars. There's basically 3 or 4 different types of bars that are used. And again, it's one of those products where if you don't camp, you probably don't understand it. But the good thing is that with the turnout we've had here today, it's been very good. I've talked to a lot of numerous people who aren't campers, but when I start explaining to the product, they're here to see about what inventors are doing in the Tampa Bay area. And when they stop by and look at the product, they also they go, hey, my dad's got a camper, my friend's got a camper, let me take the information. Because right now I'm still at the prototype stage. I was hoping to be ready for production, but I'm taking pre-orders on my product right now because I was doing it, created the invention. I've had the idea for 10 years, and it's one of those things where I said, it's time to act on it and get it done. I'm going to do it. And so I did a patent search on it, and it came back good. And so we've applied for the patent and submitted the patent. So now I'm able to go out and take it to the market and see if there's a market. And this show's been great turnout for me. Good. Really good leads. I've actually even had an investor walk up who's actually a camper, and he goes, "This is awesome." He goes, "Let's go to market like tomorrow."
Wow.
And he's an attorney, and he said, "Hey, I want to," and I said, I wasn't looking to take anybody's look for investors, because the fact is, it's like, I'm willing to risk my dollars, but take somebody else's money, I feel guilty but from the feedback I've got, this is the first show I've showed anybody.
Okay.
That's the first place I've been to ever show, and it gives me a chance to pitch my idea and to see, and I'm really happy with the thing. So I'm gonna meet with them next week, I guess, because it sounds like I have a product that's going to be successful. And give you a little background, if you aren't familiar with the RV industry, is that the travel trailer industry is big. There was 222,000 new campers sold last year.
Wow.
New campers sold last year in the country, and these are the campers for travel trailers like I use, not motorhomes and things like that, what my device would work with. So it's a huge market. It was a 15% increase, and a lot of people think Florida is the biggest.
15% increase?
15% increase from 2013.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a growing market.
That's exploding.
The RV
15% growth is insane.
The RV industry is just taking off because people are now getting back to where they want to go out and do things with their families, and it's a cheap alternative. It's really an inexpensive way to get in to go on and enjoy spending time with your families. Some of the interesting things I did find out, though, is I really thought Florida was a big market. for travel trailers. It's really, the big market is actually up in Washington State and up in the Northwest, because that's appears to be.
I can believe that.
You know, it appears to be where I think there must be a lot more families wanting to go out camping as a family, and they're usually the ones who buy campers, the travel trailers, because most of the old folks my age, I'm 50, we look at more drivable motorhome type of devices, so we make it a little simpler on us. But it's a product that I'm really hoping that takes off. It was comes out of necessity. When I've showed it to a few friends when I'm doing my prototype testing, it's one of those things where they come back and ask me saying, "There's nothing on the market like this?" I said, "No, I've looked all over, and we have one of the biggest RV shows in the nation here every February. I mean, it fills this campground, this whole fairgrounds up.
Yes,
I mean, it's a massive RV show. I believe it is the nation's largest. And I spent 2 days walking the camp, this whole show this last year, looking to see if anything was like my device anywhere. And there was nothing on the market like that. So it gave me the thing to say, okay, I'm good to go. And so it's a type of thing that I'm really thinking it's going to explode. I've even tried to think forward as far as making a product where I've actually added accessory holes to where when you're driving your camper on the road, the device isn't going to be used because you're using the hitch.
Sure.
So I've made accessory holes. So my plan is that if the company takes off, which I'm hoping looks like it will, I'll have an accessory line that will fit into the device that's on the trailer that will mount up, so you can mount bikes and stuff like that above your tank. So it'll be a dual use. With that thought process in mind, to make it to where trying to look for a company and even one as far as with the patent to have it apply to that if they try to work with manufacturers to incorporate right into the design of their trailer, into the structural design, and of course try to do a licensing fee with that if if it goes and I mean that's again looking at big pictures. You just want to. I tell my friends it's like buying a lotto ticket. You want to dream, but I from the feedback I've gotten from my first show here, from this show here, has been tremendous feedback. And like I said, this isn't even an RV show. This is a technology show, so it's a lot of technology folks and
it's eclectic show.
Yeah, it definitely is that. There's a definitely variety of people.
It's a little bit of everything.
Which is great. I mean, it was really good. I mean,
love this event. You never know what you're going to find.
I mean, I really appreciate y'all spending the time to talk with us inventors and to promote the show and stuff. And I really look forward to y'all coming over and I can demo my device to you later, and also later when people tune back into the website, they can look at it and actually see the device, because it's one of those devices, unless you've seen it in action, it's very sort of hard to talk about.
Sure.
Yeah.
So what was the thing that, like the push to make you do it? Well, what was the thing that finally pushed you over the edge? Because we have a theory that innovation comes from things that suck. It's people trying to solve a problem in their own lives tend to find a solution for other people too. So what pushed you to finally do it?
Okay. This isn't the best thing to say, but I mean, it's the truth. Okay. I had a trailer 10 years ago, and I had one of these hitches, and it was every time I went to go camping, it was the worst part of my camping trip to have to hassle with this big hitch.
Sure.
And I initially put it inside the camper, and it wrecked my floor, and my wife yelled at me and screamed at me because I wrecked the floor in our brand new camper. So I always had the idea. It's like, I've got to create this thing. My wife at the time wouldn't support me as far as going for a patent on it. She didn't want to. She didn't see the potential. She didn't want to take the risk and all. So
and the idea of owning a patent always sounds like a big undertaking.
Yeah, it does, and but I knew my invention was a part that if I didn't go for a patent, that it's too simple of a device to be taken and somebody else take advantage of it. So basically, I got divorced, and I said, okay, now, that's my point. That's how I see the producer over there laughing at me. So, I mean, but that's the truth. I got divorced, and I said, you know what? I'm 53 years old, and I'm going to go for it. And I said, worst case is if I get
passionate about this thing, let's do it.
And do it. And I should have brought it with me. And I was telling people, I said my first prototype was actually a Domino's pizza box. I cut up and set up the tape together my first prototype, because it's the type of thing that people should understand is when you're inventors, you don't have to spend a lot of money to start trying to figure out your product. You can take cardboard boxes or white foam board and piece things together.
And
if
that's
it's
what
mechanical,
we do with robotics also.
Try to put it all together to see before you spend a lot of money. Because I tell you what, my device is made out of steel. Getting one-offs made for the prototypes, it's a few $100s, to get them made. And then on top of the patent and the patent searches, There are some really good patent attorneys. I don't know if I can promote my patent attorney on your show or not. I mean, I don't know if it's allowable. I mean, the guy I named is patent attorney I use is a guy named Justin Lubby.
Okay.
He's on Gandy Boulevard. New into the patent world. I mean, but he's a mechanical engineer by trade. Went back to school to get his law license to become a patent attorney. So that impressed me. Is that was his whole intent, is to be a patent attorney, and he's done a great job for me. So I'm really looking forward to it. Like I said, we just submitted, so now the time clock starts. But
Absolutely.
but I think I've got a successful product, and I look forward to showing it and demoing to it. And I really appreciate you
Cool.
That's very
having the time.
exciting, too.
So
Well, we appreciate you coming by and talking to us.
all right.
Have a good rest
All
of
right,
the show.
thanks. Take care.
See, innovation comes from things that suck. People trying to solve problems in their own lives. He screwed up the floor of a brand new RV.
Yeah.
And so he set out to solve that problem. Makes sense to me.
Me too.